on someone's Hello Kitty stash.
Oh my God. What the hell? Oh my God. Punch my mama in the throat. Right kick my daddy.
We're still boycotting, by the way. Okay, don't try to clock my tea. I got this before. Hi, my name is Keldora, and I want to talk about Hello Kitty overconsumption. Hi, welcome to the series where I rant about whatever is on my mind today because I have a big mouth and I yap about things with no particular end goal other than to start discussion. And in today's rant session, we're going to talk about the chokehold that the Sanrio boom has had on us Hello Kitty girlies in the past, since the pandemic started, really. So maybe the past 4 years. I'm going to preface this by saying, before anybody gets their panties in a twist, if you started to like Hello Kitty simply because of this boom and stuff like that, and you weren't like a longtime fan as a child like me or other people and stuff like that, that's fine. Hello Kitty's for everybody. Hello Kitty teaches us to be kind and open. That's fine. The purpose of this discussion is just to talk about a few things that I've noticed recently in the past few years and just to talk. It's just to yap, okay? It's not supposed to be serious. It's not supposed to be this big major think piece on like capitalism and consumption and da da da. No, no, that's not the purpose of this. I'm a silly little girl. I like to rant about silly little things. It's just supposed to make you think. That's all. But let's get to the rant. Now, look at me. Now look at my room. Now back to me. Now look at my room. Now back to me. I think I'm particularly qualified to speak on this subject because I'm a loser. I spend my adult money on things to relive a feeling from my childhood and to escape the realities that is life. Okay. I like cute stuff. Now, if you are somehow not familiarized with Hello Kitty, this anthropomorphic cat in some way, I just have to ask, how long have you avoided the internet? And I'm trying to get like you, like how long have you done it? But if you're not familiar, Hello Kitty is a mascot for the Japanese company Sanrio, which creates merchandise around the characters that it creates. So not just Hello Kitty, but characters like My Melody, Little Twin Stars, Botsmaro, Pochaco, Tuxedo Sam, you name it. I'm sorry if I didn't mention your fave. That's not the point of this video. But they basically make merchandise surrounding it. So blankets, stationery is a really popular one, cups, mugs, you name it. They probably made merchandise of it. And like any other piece of media, it gains popularity. You start getting fandoms, fan art, personalities surrounded all of these characters, which I think is a great thing. I love it. I participate in it, obviously. And, it builds a community of people, which I think is amazing. I think that's a great thing. The flip side, however, I feel like has been seen in recent years with its rise in popularity once again. Now, more than ever, Hello Kitty is so mainstream. Like, don't get me wrong, it's always been popular, but in like subspaces and stuff like that. Now you can walk into like any store and find something with Hello Kitty on it. Back in the day, it might have just been like, oh, you like walk to like like a cute little store or something like that, and you see Hello Kitty, or you go to a Sanrio store specifically. Now, again, these are my personal thoughts. I feel like Hello Kitty has become less and less intentional with the products that they put out. Now it seems like it's more of like, rather than just like this cute little mascot that you see every little once in a while and stuff like that on merchandise, now she's just there just to be there. And it feels like they've kind of stripped away like the cuteness of it. Now it just feels like it's always been a brand, but now and more than ever, it's like brand. Like the first thing you know, it's Hello Kitty. I have to buy it. I feel like they slap a lot of stuff onto things, and as long as they call it Hello Kitty, it's fine. Like, for instance, I think the Touchland hand sanitizer, it might be controversial, and at first glance it might look cute, but I think about it and I'm like, what is the point of this? Like, there's nothing about this that is cute other than like the case. It's still a regular hand sanitizer at the end of the day. And I think we're starting to shift to a place where we are more concerned about the fact that it has Hello Kitty on it than the actual item itself and like its quality and its intention in the first place. A few people talk about it, but there is a difference, a very big difference, I think, between Japanese versions of cute and then also Americanized versions of cute. I'm about to put some examples up. And again, this is not to say that if you like this stuff, because I've also liked some of this stuff on here, it's not to say that if you like it, you're bad, okay? It's just to put up an example of why I feel like Hello Kitty here is a little bit less, if you live in America anyway. I think Hello Kitty here is a little bit less intentional, and I find myself, or at least I've now found myself, questioning a lot of the purchases that I've made with Hello Kitty on it and thinking, this isn't really as cute as the Hello Kitty merch I got back in the 2000s with her, like, as like a butterfly, or like, like those like really like 3D models and stuff like that. I'll put a picture up so you know what I'm talking about. But like, it's like where she's kind of like, she has like a jelly look to her almost. And it's less intentionally cute than stuff that I see now. And it makes me kind of sad because at the end of the day, Sanrio is a business and they've always been a business. But it makes me sad seeing how like Hello Kitty merch has gotten less and less intentional, and it's more so just slapped on a shirt and then gifted to somebody just because it has Hello Kitty on it. And I think I kind of came to this conclusion when I started receiving gifts from places like, and again, it's not to shame, but like I started receiving gifts from like Five and Below. I'll put pictures up now. And again, from the bad side view, like from the bad side view, people like it's cute. It is cute, but very it feels very like brandish. Like it's just there just to be there. And it's not like made with like intention to be cute. It's just there to be there. And I think with the Hello Kitty boom, I even further got into this realization because when they started releasing stuff, like in places like Five Below, TJ Maxx, like Ross, things like that, I buy any and everything because I thought it looks like so cute. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a cute shirt. I need this. Oh my gosh, this is such a good, I need this and that and that and this. Again, I'll put some more pictures of them. But then as I like sat in my dorm, because I was like in college at this point, um, I sat in my dorm and I looked around and I was like, this stuff doesn't look as cute as the things I've been seeing like on like the official Sanrio store, or like, yeah, like it just doesn't look as cute like the stuff I've been seeing on eBay from the actual listings in Japan. And I was like, it's kind of, it's like, what's the purpose of this? I'd also start to think about how useful the products I was getting was that had Hello Kitty slapped on it. For instance, the makeup wipes by, I think it's the Cream Shop. I'm not hating on them. If that's your preferred skincare, that's your preferred skincare. I don't care. But I started to think about it and I was like, is this really doing wonders for my skin? Like, what about this is Hello Kitty? Like, I would get the packaging, I would like get the makeup wipes and I'd look at them and I think like the scent was like rose water and I was like, oh, I like rose water. But then I was like, I rubbed it on my face and it would burn. Like, I would sit there and like question. I was like, how is this related to Hello Kitty again? Like, other than the packaging, like it's not even like they printed like, it would be one thing if it's like the Hello Kitty toilet paper, like, I get to wipe my ass with like Hello Kitty toilet paper. But like it wouldn't even have the makeup wipe printed, like it wouldn't even have Hello Kitty's face printed on like the makeup wipe. I'm like, how is this even related to, what is the intention with this other than having the package just be Hello Kitty and then I'm throwing it away like several months later after I get use out of these like makeup wipes? Like, it's just, I think about the intention and I think about what I prefer with Hello Kitty and like why I like the merch in the first place, I think. So I started to kind of like go through my closet and look at all of these hoodies that I got with like, my particular interest specifically lies with Kuromi and My Melody, okay? I am a Kuromi and My Melody stan till I perish, okay? Hello Kitty is obviously always first, but these two are like a very close like neck and neck, very close. I started to look at all these hoodies that I got from like Ross, and I was like, man, these don't even like compared to something like maybe you get from like Hot Topic or something. And I'm like, these don't even look very even they don't look very cute now that I think about it. It's just got the logo slapped on there. There's no like stylization or anything new added to it. It's just the characters slapped onto a hoodie. And I started to look at it and I was like, I'm not even wearing some of these things out anymore. Like I'm not wearing some of them. It's just not good like at all. And the quality isn't even as good. Now when I say like Ross and stuff like that, and like comparing it to Hot Topic also has its flaws. I'm not gonna lie. There is a particular hoodie that I actually have that I will show, and I haven't really worn it since maybe like 2021, 2022, because at the time I thought it was cute and it was sold out like everywhere. And I had brought like three coincidentally. One was on accident, I promise. The other I gave to my cousin, the other I got a refund for, and the other I kept. So I was just so like dead set on like getting this hoodie. And then I realized I don't even know how to style this. Like I started to think to myself, I was like, am I just not fashion like a fashionista girly and stuff like that? I mean, I think I am. I think I'm this is my style. This is just like what I like to wear. But I was like, I can't even like style this right. Like, I don't get it. And I'll show the hoodie right now. So this is it. Um again, I think it's cute. I see what they were trying to do with the lace, but it comes untied like really easy. Um, it's cute, but after a bit, I realized it's just these two just slapped on there, and then one side is pink and the other side is black. So yeah, that's the hoodie. And I think what it comes down to is honestly, it's a cultural thing. Again, there's a difference between cute in Japan versus cute in America. And I also think it comes down to money. It's always money. A lot of the world's problems world revolve around money. So, this again can be considered like a first world problem, but I think the lack of quality we might even be seeing in some of these like merch that we're purchasing and stuff like that is it's money. It's always been about money. Another issue I want to talk about is how Hello Kitty is also becoming inaccessible. I think there's nobody to blame for this other than the businesses trying to like capitalize off of this and like Hello Kitty as like a brand rather than what its intention was originally supposed to be. And my beef starts with the scalpers because the scalper problem for a lot of Hello Kitty merch sometimes isn't even worth the hassle or the fight to get it. Some really big examples I can think of are the girls that raid TJ Maxx and Ross and stuff like that and raid it for relatively cheap Hello Kitty merch, which I feel like, in a way, I just feel like it's so greedy. I just feel like you are like everything that Hello Kitty stands for, you are not it. You are not demure. You are not elegant. You are greedy. Okay. And that's something I'm not willing to apologize for. I think you are very greedy if you're willing to get a blanket that is worth $15 max, and it could even be less, and flip it for 100 something dollars. Just buy up a bunch of these blankets. And I now more than ever, because more people are into Hello Kitty, this problem has just gotten so much worse. It's so much worse. I mean, you have people raiding stores like Goodwill and thinking that, and Usahana, I think that's how Utahana. I think that is how it's pronounced. But you have people flipping plushies like that that have like been beat up and lost due to time, and thinking that's somehow worth $1,000. Like, are you kidding me? Build a Bear has been capitalizing off the fact that a lot of people like Hello Kitty now, so they've been releasing character after character after character. I think the most recent one is Gudetama that got freaking released, and people will find a way to scalp it in some way. They will buy up the stock and scalp it. And here's the thing, I don't think these companies are doing enough to prevent that. I really don't think they are. And it's because they want money at the end of the day, right? They're greedy. They like to anything cute, anything fun anybody finds in life, somebody's going to find a way to capitalize off of that. And somebody's going to find a way to make it more about money than what the heck the purchase, like what the heck the freaking item is, or like what the message of the thing is supposed to be. Like, it's just so sick to me how people take a $30 plushie and flip it for like thousands of dollars. And I sometimes think to myself, I'm like, how is that not illegal? I know it's illegal for like whatchamacallit, like items that are like, I know it's illegal for items that are like essentials like toilet paper and stuff, but I think it gets to a certain point where it's like, if you're not even able to let people who maybe not even be in like a financial state to buy like more expensive Hello Kitty merch, like for instance, like ones off like the official Sanrio site and stuff like that, or like Hot Topic, or um what's another good one? Impression Vanity. They have like mirrors and stuff like that. That's another company that profits off of it. But I think there's something specifically kind of sick about taking stuff that is meant for people in like, middle class or like lower classes and stuff like that. Things that are affordable and flipping it to something that's unaffordable. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's only a limited amount of vintage Hello Kitty stuff, okay? They're not printed anymore, right? And by you guys selling it and flipping it for these prices that they're not even worth, like, I just feel like that's so grimy. Cause why is everything have to be about money? Why are you taking something you bought for $30 and flipping it for 200 on God's internet? Okay? Why are you doing that? It's very undemure, not very girly pop, not very fun. All right? I hate that. I really do. The number one contender for this spot of problems is Forever 21, the fast fashion icon, okay? Um Forever 21 releases a new Hello Kitty set every single time, and they're guilty of the first problem that I also mentioned before, which is making merch that is like unintentional. I'm going to put up the collection that I think is probably the most uninspired, which is like the Hello Kitty mermaid one. That one is not, you're just slapping stuff just to slap it on there. It's like they're trying to like feed more into like the cute thing, like it being cute and stuff, but it's not. It's really not a cute top, like when you think about it at the very least. Like, or even after I've made purchases, I think about it and I'm like, this is not as cute as I thought it was, to be honest. And how am I gonna wear this? Where am I gonna wear this? When am I gonna need a snowsuit in LA, in Arizona, like in all these places? Think about it. If they are selling you these merch like snowsuits and stuff like that with Hello Kitty like on the label, like their winter collections, and like puffer jackets, like big bulky puffer jackets for like $60 each, and you live in like Arizona and you live in like New Mexico, when are you going to wear that? I beg you to think about it. They're just trying to capitalize off of you. I really feel like that's all it is. But back to the main point of contention, people, the stuff that people scalp is things that have only been out for less than a year, either less than a year or like 2 years max, and they are flipping it for prices that you would think like are worth maybe like a rare Star Trek doll or something like that. Like, they're flipping it for like insane prices. What they do is they buy up the stock. They buy up all of the stock. I can think of this with two collections. I can think of this with I'm pretty sure their Juicy Couture collection that's coming out, which I think is just a little, it's juicy. It's Juicy Couture, but it's just got Hello Kitty on the back. It's just got Hello Kitty printed. Be more intentional. Think about what you're purchasing. Do you think that you could just get a regular Juicy tracksuit and just iron on a patch of like Hello Kitty or something? But I digress. They buy up this stock and then they flip it for prices that are like unimaginable, and they call it rare. It's not rare. It's sold out because you brought it up. It's not rare. Stop lying. You're lying. Like, it makes me so mad when people buy up stuff like that and then flip it and try to make it seem like it's this rare collectible or something. No, bro, you brought it up. You brought it up. And I'm not saying scalping hasn't always been like, has never been an issue before and stuff like that. I just think more than ever, I'm seeing it a lot more. I just think I'm seeing it a lot more with a lot of, I think Hello Kitty is not only the only brand that's like suffering from like the overconsumption of it and just slapping stuff on there just to slap stuff on there. I think it's happening with a lot of I think it's happening with a lot of other like franchises. Like Animal Crossing's one that I would love to talk about in the future, and how Animal Crossing New Horizons and that boom actually, I think, has like the merchandise has just gotten so less unintentional. As long as it has Animal Crossing on it, it's cute. Sort of like Hello Kitty, you know? This is a little fun part of the video that I like to call find something in your closet or whatever if you're a Hello Kitty girl, and I want you to put it down on the table, and I want you to look at it, stare at it hard, and I want you to think why you brought it in the first place. Okay, it's a fun game, I promise you, because I think you will find at least one thing that you think, yeah, but did I really need this? Like, like, and this is not me saying you can't buy what you want. This is not me saying don't spend money on things that you love. Obviously, I spend a lot of money on the things that I love. What I'm calling you to question is whether or not, like, was this intentional? Was it intentional for you purchasing this? Okay. I'm going to name a few items in my room right now that I can guarantee you were I brought it out of impulse thinking it was cute and now I regret it and my bank account very much regrets it. Let me point over to my bed real quick. I have two, three, four in total on my bed. I have 4 Hello Kitty blankets. All right. All of them have the same stuff on there. It's just Hello Kitty, maybe some like bows or something like that, or like a little flower, and that's it. And they're all the same quality. They all serve the same purpose. And the only difference is the fact that these blankets right here are getting scalped for 200 odd dollars when they are worth $16 max. I think that's what I paid for them, 16 bucks. And I just at the time I remember getting these and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I finally found a Hello Kitty blanket. I need to get my hands on this because the scalpers are going to get it." And once the scalpers get it, I'm not going to be able to buy something like this again. Right? So you get it. And then you sit with the feeling. You sit with that empty feeling and you're like, damn, why did I buy this in the first place? Don't get me wrong. I'm official. I love my merch. I'm not getting rid of these blankets. But I think about it and I'm like, did I need like 4 of these? Like, they all have the same thing. And these are ones from like TJ Maxx and like Burlington. Like, do I need some of this? Like, do I really need a lot of this merch? So I just beg you to like play the game with me. And I want you in the comment section, if you care enough about this video, to tell me one item that you've found that you are like, maybe I didn't need this. I'm going to de-influence you right now with a couple of things I also think you should not purchase just because it is Hello Kitty. This right here is a My Melody chair. This is from Impression Mirrors. Okay. It's a company. It makes a lot of like Hello Kitty mirrors, like compact ones, everything like that. All right. I like this chair. It's very cute. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got it. I wouldn't have got it if it didn't have My Melody's face on it because she's my Bookie and I love her. I wouldn't have got it. You know why? I'm gonna be real with you. This is not comfortable to work in 24/7 when you're working on an office. I got rid of my chair with armrests just so I could have this chair. And I can tell you for a fun fact, it is not comfy. My back hurts. I'm scrunched like this. It's not comfy. And if you're one of those Sanrio girlies that's like, oh, I'm gonna buy whatever I want, and I'm gonna get it because it's cute, and da da da, and this and that, that's fine. You can do that. That's great. Um, but I still beg the question: would you have gotten it if it didn't have Hello Kitty on it? I'm just trying to like pick your brain. I'm just trying to pick your brain a little bit. For the last section of this video, I would like to talk about the underlying competition there is when it comes to getting Sanrio merch and showing off Sanrio merch on social media, as well as some proposed solutions for how do I find Hello Kitty merch that is intentional. I will give you some tips and tricks. Something weird brewing in the Hello Kitty fandom and Hello Kitty spaces and communities. I don't know what it is, but I feel it and I feel the need to talk about it. I've seen so many pages dedicated to just like straight up like Hello Kitty finds and everything like that, which I think is cool. But I think within these spaces, it's starting to become a game of how much merch can I buy? How can I get mines? How can I get the most Hello Kitty merch and look like the biggest Hello Kitty fan ever? Oh, you're not a true Hello Kitty fan if you don't have this impressions big ass mirror and stuff like that on your wall. Oh, like I have the Hello Kitty like Doc Martens of like 2025. Please don't. Serial, please don't. Please don't do the collab. But like, things like that. It's becoming a competition of how much stuff can I collect before like, before I look better than somebody else. Like, and I don't know if I'm just feeling this underlying pressure. Maybe I am, maybe I am, but it feels very weird and it's forced and stuff. Like, oh, you're not a true Sanrio girly if you don't have the Kitty Scratcher 9000. Like, like I don't have a Hello Kitty vacuum. Oh no, I'm not a true fan. Like, it's very weird and it's becoming very capitalistic. I feel like it's becoming very money driven and I don't like it. I don't like it. Um and I think I started feeling this pressure maybe like when I started having my realizations that I'm just buying stuff just because and not because I actually like it or something like that. Or like I truly like it. Like, I'm buying it because it has Hello Kitty on it. Not because I truly like this Hello Kitty merch, but because it just has Hello Kitty's face on it. And then therefore I have to buy it? I don't I just feel like there's this underlying pressure from fandoms and like this calling out of like people and stuff like that if they don't have it's very weird. It's very weird. It feels like competition-y and I don't like that. Like Hello Kitty collecting, I feel like comes from a place of like you like it because you like it. Like, I feel like it comes from a place of like passion for this stuff, not just ooh, I have the biggest Kitty collection in the world. Like, no, now I just feel like you're the Hello Kitty like capitalist or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never and granted, I'm not gonna like diss people for like doing that because you like what you like at the end of the day, and that's fine, whatever. But I think it gets to a point where I'm just like, where's the love anymore? Why are do we know why Miss Kitty makes us happy in the first place? Like, I look at like some of these like collectors and stuff like that in like Japan and like all these other places and I see their Hello Kitty merchandise and you can see how happy it makes them. Like literally, like if you talk to them about it, their face lights up. They're like, "Oh my gosh, look at this and look at this." Like, that's one thing. But for people who just like the girls that I see on like Instagram just showing off their Hello Kitty blanket collection just to just for shits and giggles and just to be like, "Ooh, look at all the blankets I got and you need these blankets too." Like that's what it feels like. And I don't like that. And it's weird and it feels soulless now, guys. Can we do better? Can we like and this is not me saying, "Oh, if you show off your merch, you're bad." No. It's not what it is, but I think I can tell the difference between somebody who really enjoys Hello Kitty, like more than just the brand. They like it because she's this adorable cat that has these friends and interacts with their friends and stuff like that. And it's just so nice to see. And it's something wholesome in this world that is pretty cruel to us if you think about it. But it's just and it's an escape for us, right? And I think you can see that in the difference between the TJ Maxx old ladies that like scalped that one freaking Hello Kitty Frankenstein cup and the difference between that and the collector from Japan, that old man collector who is living his best life because he loves the merch. I just think it's sad that we're making Hello Kitty inaccessible for people and that Hello Kitty is becoming a commodity. It makes me sad. I don't like it. And I felt the need to call it out in this video. I want to uncommodify Hello Kitty. Let's stop making Hello Kitty a competition. Let's let other people in. Come on, like, get with it. Get with the club. And the thing is, you have people who love Hello Kitty but can't afford certain like merch and stuff like that, right? And you have people who maybe want to get into Hello Kitty but can't afford like the newest blanket or like the newest Build-A-Bear plushie and stuff like that. And it's like, dang, you're already kind of put at a disadvantage in this point in time where Hello Kitty is more expensive than ever. And now you have people just taking it away and making it a luxury item. Like what? That's not what Hello Kitty you would want. That's not the purpose of Hello Kitty, bruh. Hello Kitty is not a competition. It's not a whatchamacallit. It's a for some people it's a lifestyle. For some people it's like it's an escape. It's a cute escape. It's their little girly pop world and they're just living in it. They're a Barbie girl in their Barbie world. Why are we making it into something that's like so soulless and like just buy this, just buy this, just buy this? Like that's not what the point of it is. I would like to give you guys some suggestions of where to get nice intentional Hello Kitty merch, which I will list right here because if I go down the list and talk about it, like I just feel like will make this video go over. It's probably already over the limit. This might be 30 minutes. This might be a 30-minute rant on Hello Kitty. do you know how much of a loser I am yet? Like, but these are some of my top suggestions for getting intentional Hello Kitty merch and stuff like that. I know Hot Topic can be pretty expensive. Do not get me wrong. However, they got really good coupons. Okay, they got like if you at least buy one cheap thing at Hot Topic, buy like a pin or something, and sometimes they will give you like coupons, like Hot Cash or something like that. Or if you sign up for their newsletter, like online, they will give you like little 30% off and stuff like that. Things like that rack up. Okay, they rack up a lot. So I would suggest doing that. That's like a little loophole and stuff like that for like how to get into like Hello Kitty merch without like, breaking a big bank and stuff like that. Five and Below is obviously a really good one and stuff like that. I know I ragged on it a little bit about its quality, but I think there are a few pieces that are like worth getting and everything like that when you go to Five and Below. Example is the little blind bags that you sometimes find in the aisle. It's like stuff like this. Now I know the ball and chain has unfortunately disappeared from this, but this was a keychain that I got from Five and Below, $5, and it's my Melody. And obviously, you can see that she's like in like a little Lolita, like very like croquette kind of outfit and stuff. I think it's really cute, and I think that those kinds of like blind bags, like I'll put pictures of the up here, but like the merch that's very like intentional, like it's intentionally cute. It's not just like hello, here's a little Hello Kitty, like here here's her in like a something, I don't know, like it's more intentional. There's more intention with the cuteness of it. I feel like, again, if you don't like stuff like that, that's fine. I'm not criticizing you. I'm just this for people who are thinking about their choices or thinking about their choices who are like me. Okay. Another thing that I thought was pretty cute and I picked up at Five and Below was this, which I think the style is very like soft and like pastel, and it's more like intentional, and it's posters. And on the back, like you can kind of see like all the characters and stuff like that. The ones I used the most were the My Melody and the Chromie ones, obviously. And I just think they're like really cute, and like again, there's more intention with it's cute, like it's food and Sanrio characters. It's like adorable. Like, rather than just like, I don't know, what's an example? I love this plushie, okay? Don't get me, I love this plushie a lot, all right? I will forever love it. But something like this. And she's cute. Don't get me wrong. I got this for my graduation. She's adorable. I love her. But, it's just Hello Kitty and like a graduation fit. Like nothing more, nothing less changed about it. Like, it's like very like stylized to be cute, and rather than just like slapping something on there just to do it. Another example is maybe like this Tamagotchi. Again, I like it. It's Hello Kitty. I like it. I'm not saying that you can't have a Hello Kitty Tamagotchi, but this is more like just it's just there to be there. Like, like more intention with Hello Kitty merch is what I'm asking for. That's it. That's all. That's all. But those were some examples that I thought were pretty good from Five and Below. So, with that being said, I'm going to conclude this rant. Let me know what you think. I hope this video maybe gave some like clarity for someone about like Hello Kitty and where I think maybe the direction is kind of going in the next few years. And if I just had to give some advice, like, just think about before you buy something with Hello Kitty on it, think about it and think about if it's intentional. Think about what is this. Let's say you have like two ideas for Hello Kitty things. Let's say one day you go on Impulse to like Five and Below and you see maybe like, I don't know, like a Hello Kitty graphic tee with just her face on it and like her logo. And versus seeing something from maybe like, I don't know, like like something from the Sanrio store and seeing like something like this. Something like this. Really, real cute, real intentional. It's a little heart locket, right? I want you to think about which one is more intentionally cute. And would it be just worth it to just get, the more cute thing than the thing that's like, oh, it's got Hello Kitty on it, but just do a little compare contrast, a Venn diagram, if you will. So I think that would do you a lot of justice. I also want to say to the Hello Kitty fandom and Hello Kitty community, it's not a competition. We're all fam here in the club, okay? Don't shame somebody just because they don't got this or that, or they're not a real Hello Kitty fan because they just entered the fandom and da 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 da. And I'm better because I liked it when I was a child and da 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 da. Like, no. All we want to do is just make people think. With that being said, tell somebody you love them today, because tomorrow is not promised to us. Okay, tell somebody you love them today. Think harder about your Hello Kitty merch and whether or not is it just capitalism or is it cute capitalism. That's also another conversation to have. But with that being said, my name is Cuddleot. Thank you for joining me on my first installment of Let's Rant, and I will see you later. Bye.